just coming to visit. No, he wouldn't miss this in Christmas times.
Hi guys.
Hi.
Welcome back.
We are back with another video.
I'm Sabrina.
I'm Darius.
If you're new, hello to you. And if you've already been here,
You know.
stay here. But as we did say, we are doing a pregnancy story part 2.
Yeah.
And we're gonna stick at part 2.
If you don't
If you want a part 3 or you want to ask any question,
just
please.
send us. We're probably gonna do a Q&A later
Yeah,
on.
or just, you know what, woman to woman,
Yeah,
message
just ask.
me and I'm gonna respond to you.
But if you didn't see the part 1, go watch the part 1 so you can, connect to
Yeah.
the part 2. Maybe you understand better.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
this part 2, it's more about the actual day of
Labor.
labor, like Labor Day, let's just call it. So first of all, Ezra did not want to come out.
Yeah.
I was literally overdue. Like I gave birth on the day that I had to give birth. Like I had no choice but to give birth on that day. There was no more.
Yeah, I think if she would stay longer than that, I don't think
They wouldn't let me. They wouldn't let me.
They will let you, but also it would be dangerous,
Dangerous,
way
yeah.
too dangerous.
So the day I gave,
He had to come on that day.
yeah, there was no more. Oh no, give a bit more time.
Yeah,
Like, he
let's
had to
wait,
come out
no.
on that day, but he was chilling in there. He didn't want to
Yeah.
come out.
The thing is, it wasn't just this, isn't it?
No.
Apparently, it was because of the position that he was.
Yeah. So everything was good. He was head down. Like he was really head down from when I was 7 months.
Yeah.
So he really took positioning very, very early. He was just, I don't know if you want to just call him lazy.
Well, no, I wouldn't say lazy, but it's just because maybe it's the position that he was. Because he was already down.
He just had to
you know
just
turn
move
a
his head a bit more and it would have been fine.
But
So
yeah.
first I was overdue, and we did actually mention we was this close to actually not having
Yeah,
him.
we were thinking to have an abortion
Yeah,
before.
it was just too much pressure.
Yeah, it was too much pressure. It was a lot of problems. We didn't know what to do exactly.
Yeah,
It was scary. It was.
there was a lot.
It was not sleeping time at all.
Yeah, so
It was. Yeah, it was a lot.
just things that can make or break a relationship. I think situations like that you would tend to probably start fighting with each other and having
Yeah, I
problems. But I think that kind of made us grow more together more than apart.
Yeah, that's true.
So we're kind of happy that we made the decision that we made.
Yeah, we are definitely happy.
So
But to get to this point, it was kind of hard. 'Cause
yeah, I was so indecisive.
the thing
as
is,
well.
you kind of know what you want, but you.
It's a reality. Or is it gonna be like that in the reality?
Should
of
I
it?
actually do it? Should I not do it? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So you say, nah, you know what? It's here. It's a blessing.
Yeah,
You
let's
take
face it. Like we're grown. You're an adult now. You have
it's
to
no
make a
more time
mistake
to-
and
yeah.
face
Exactly.
it. But yeah, so let's get to the story time. So now I am now 40. How many weeks?
42 weeks. now.
42 weeks.
42 weeks.
And I'm my midwife. They're doing everything. I'm talking herbal teas. We was
Everything, yeah.
yeah,
everything.
teas from Amazon.
No, actually, it was 41 weeks.
41, yeah.
weeks. Because 41 weeks already overdue.
Yeah.
So, apart from that 41 week,
Yeah,
we were trying everything.
we were trying like you name it, we tried it.
we literally
And
tried
nothing
everything.
was happening. So then I had to get induced. My midwife actually did try to induce me.
Yeah,
Nothing.
she did try.
Nothing worked.
It actually gave you pain.
Yeah, it just gave me
Remember, it gave you
pain.
and that's it.
And it was just getting to the point where like even my mom would be calling. Like at one point she called him in the morning at 4 o'clock because I wasn't picking up. It was just on edge because it was like, is your baby out here?
Yeah, because the thing is,
Is your baby out here? Guys, it's not
it
out.
could actually happen anytime.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It could happen anytime, but it wasn't happening.
Yeah, and everyone just started asking, when are you gonna give? Like people would see me and be like, have you given birth yet? Do I look like I'm giving?
Listen, the stress was raising and raised. 'Cause the
He'd
thing
be
is,
at work and
Yeah,
Like he's
literally,
worried
'cause
about
the thing is, we are stressed because it's not happening,
yeah.
and people keep asking about it.
I get it though, just
Yeah,
excited.
yeah.
but
No, everybody's excited. Everybody wants to
at
see
the end,
baby.
everyone was like, "When are you guys gonna give birth? Is the baby here? Is the baby here?" It was just like
Yeah,
a
but-
waiting. And you, like, as a woman, if you've given birth, I think when you're overdue, the last questions you want anyone to ask you is, "You're still pregnant?"
Yeah.
It's a like you can see I'm still fat. Stop asking me if I'm still pregnant, please. Rest.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
But yeah, so I had then the midwives didn't work, so then we had to go to the hospital.
Yeah.
Now, when I got to the hospital, it was what, like 2 days?
First of all, we get to the point to go to the hospital because we weren't feeling Ezra's heart.
Yeah, wasn't feeling his heartbeat, so
We got kind of worried about it.
yeah, so we went there, but then he was just acting up. Literally, it's so funny because we got there, we
And
waited.
then it
As soon
started-
as the doctor was about to come, he started kicking.
Yeah.
So then afterwards, when it was time to now get induced, went to the hospital. They give you all the forms and all of these
Yeah.
things. So now he's no longer with my midwife. Now he's just straight with
Straight
the
to the
hospital.
hospital,
When we've now got to the hospital, I don't know what it's called, but it's like a little thing, and they basically,
I forgot the name as well,
I don't know.
but
But it's like a little thing, and they kind of like a coil.
it's actually to help the baby to come. It's like
it's just like
injection.
your cervix. Yeah, like a something. It does something to your cervix. It
I
softens your
think
cervix.
it's soft. It opens. a
Yeah,
bit,
something like
like that.
So they put it in me, and they were like, usually it can take up to 24 hours. Bear in mind, I think I only had 24 hours left till I had to give birth naturally anyways.
Yeah,
So they put it in me, and
he didn't.
I was supposed to, actually, I took all my bags. We took all my bags.
Yeah, but of course we had everything. in the
Yeah,
car
we had.
anyway.
They told us we had to take everything anyway because the appointment was booked. My midwife had actually booked the appointment, so we took all the bags, everything. Got there, and I've now been induced, and they were like, it can take up to 24 hours, but because I was in a high risk pregnancy, it was like, oh yeah, you can go home. We've got home, and it was like 9 o'clock. We've said, oh, you know what? Maybe if we sleep, it's gonna help it.
Yeah,
It's gonna help you come a bit quicker. We've gone to sleep, and
it
around
didn't
like
take long.
around like 11 o'clock, I started feeling a bit weird, and I was like,
The pains that remember when the pain starts.
yeah. And bear in mind, because he had worked that day, I didn't want to wake him up, so I decided to go into the living room and just rest. And kind of figure out, because I was having so many different types of pain, I couldn't tell at what point, because I've never had a kid before, if it was actually
Yeah,
like
it was like the
contractions
time,
or it was just
yeah.
natural or normal pains that I was getting throughout like my pregnancy. But then it got to like 2 o'clock. I'm not calling the hospital, and I'm like, I'm getting contractions.
Yeah,
And you know what they said to me?
they say.
Call when you're 2 minutes apart. If your contractions are 2
No,
minutes
first
apart.
they say, oh, call when it's 5, and then
5,
when we
yeah.
call, they say, oh, when it's 3 or 2
2
minutes.
minutes.
apart.
And bear in mind, 2 to 3 minutes I can give birth at any point. So
Yeah.
I was like, So I've now actually tried to wake him up, and I'm like, listen, the pain is getting ridiculous.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, that pain wasn't funny anymore.
and the
'cause-
thing is, I had got like, I think you call them like fake contractions. I don't know the actual medical term for it, but throughout the pregnancy I was getting like fake contractions.
yeah, the way
It wasn't the real contraction.
Yeah,
I don't know
it
what the name is for it, but
because it was looking like it was the actual
Yeah,
contraction,
but
but,
it
when
wasn't
you actually
contraction.
start having
Oh,
the
oh.
real contractions, yeah, they were
Yeah.
hard. They were hard because you couldn't even walk properly. I had to
Yeah,
hold you into
and
the car.
when I now woke him up, when we're trying to get everything to go, guys, you know how you say the contraction takes like, it comes after every 2 minutes.
Yeah.
My contractions weren't coming like that. One was
They were-
ending, the next one was coming. One was ending, the next like it was.
They were literally double contractions, isn't
Yeah,
it?
literally,
it
the
comes
double
on,
contraction.
comes on.
For us to get to, we used to live in an apartment, so for us to get from upstairs to downstairs, it took us like what 10 minutes.
Yeah, it takes like 10 minutes.
We got there. When we had got there, no, he was like, oh no, just call them back. And I was like, no, you know, as a woman, as a person, you know your body. And he was like, no, there's something not right. So I said, no, let's just go to the hospital.
Yeah.
When we had got to the hospital, basically what they used to induce me, Ezra didn't take to it, and it basically dropped his heart rate.
It made his heart drop.
That his heart just dropped. Like when I got there, like he just took out what they had put in me, and
he just was fine after.
No, his heart rate
his
was
heart was
very, very low.
It was low, but after they take it out, after
it kind of got
time. He got like a, you know, back to normal.
Yeah. But it didn't give me, because of his heart rate and what that thing had caused, I couldn't actually, like, you know, walk up the stairs or do a lot of walking. So basically when I had got to the hospital, what I had to do then was literally just sit on the bed with a monitor for them to monitor his heart rate, because he was up and down, up and down.
You literally stayed with that monitor for what?
Oh, bear in mind, we had got to the hospital at 3 a.m. in the morning. I didn't give birth till the next day in the morning. Like, let's say 6 the next day in the morning.
It was hard. It was hard because we couldn't sleep.
Yeah.
We stayed awake the whole time. A lot of people, family calling us all the time.
Yeah. Which obviously is normal.
It was, it's not COVID time, but the hospital wasn't letting anybody get in.
So it was just,
apart from the partner.
That's it. Nobody else was allowed to come in.
So the family was constantly calling and worry about the situation. Because the thing is, we couldn't be all the time on the phone as well. Because we were there. The situation happening there.
Yeah.
She was in pain, constantly pain, and I couldn't be on the phone all the time.
Yeah.
So.
And what happened is that they were the one that had to break my water.
Yeah.
Guys. I was on gas and air when the man broke my water. Listen, my thing just dropped on the floor, because I think the part where they broke my water was actually worse than anything else for me.
Yeah, I remember when he done it, innit?
I can't explain it. I think I'm so dramatic, or maybe at that point it felt worse than what it really was. But honestly, for me at that point, I said, yeah, this is it. You see, today, that's it for me. Right, you take care of the kid when we have it, because I'm not going to be here to make it. But, so we did actually have, like, my dad had actually brought us food, because, you know, just kind of take away the stress. Imagine now, we still hadn't eaten. I couldn't take a shower. I couldn't move from the bed, like, to
even put on
clothes.
Snacks,
we had snacks.
Drinks, obviously.
And obviously he didn't want to leave the hospital because he didn't know what would happen. And imagine you go and you miss the birth of your child. So it was just, we did have a bit of support when it came to that problem, having food and all of that. So what happened? So then I had to, because my contractions were not actually coming along strong after my water breaking, I had to be put on like a drip, which basically
creates more contractions. Like, imagine how contractions are coming until here, and the drip literally give her more contractions.
Like, it went from 0 to 100. Now, bear in mind, the contractions when they started, I was like, it's fine. I remember I was like, no, it's fine.
Listen, that contraction, they were not funny.
No, at the beginning it was okay. Like, after everything was gone.
After it was
the drip, and bear in mind, they did say when you go on the trip, go on the epidural, because it doesn't give your body time to time the contractions. It just goes from 0 to 100. And
the pain was too much. I
feel like he was physically feeling it.
Because the thing is, they say, well, before that, we didn't want her to get epidural, you know.
Yeah,
we didn't want her to get epidural because of all the things that happens and all of that.
Like back pains and people getting like paralyzed and all of that.
So we were like that. So
my parents didn't want me to get epidural, especially as well.
So we were thinking, okay, so what can we do before epidural? Like, what's the solution? So they gave us this one, which is the drip.
Yeah.
The drip.
But the drip has to come with epidural. But he was like to me, now just.
Let's try without epidural. So let's see how you can handle it. If it's too much, then you go to epidural.
The stages in is like 1 to 10.
Yeah, like he start well. Yeah, it's 1 to 10. No, 1 to 10 or 1 to 5. No, 1 to 1 to 10. I think it's 1 to 10. So you start on 1, you get until 2 or 2.5. But when it goes to 2.5, she couldn't handle it anymore.
Listen, I'm not weak, but guys, the thing is, you could see on the
graphic.
Yeah, like the ball thing, the electronic thing, you can see the contractions of how hard the contractions are. So the midwives are kind of like sitting there and they can see how much my contract, and they're like, oh, that was a big one. And me there, I'm dead. I am dead. And him, he's like,
yeah, because
it's like he could literally feel my pain.
Feel, but I couldn't do anything else. That's the problem.
Because there's nothing you can actually do, and you're trying to balance it, because at the end of it, like you have in your head, I don't want to get paralyzed from having a kid.
Yeah,
if I get epidural, because you can't say, oh, it's not gonna happen to me, because you don't know. It's happened to happen. Yeah, it happened to so many people. So I might not be one of the lucky ones. You know what I'm trying to say? So I got to 2 or 2.5, and I was like, yep, nobody else is feeling this pain but me.
See you crying, I said, oh no, I said no. There's no point in continuing, because she's just suffering. And at this point, nothing gonna happen, because she's just suffering. So
like if I die, it's fine. Listen, I'm suffering.
We say, okay, let's just get to the next stage. Yeah. What is it? Epidural. Okay, let's go to epidural. Yeah. Let's see what we're gonna do after. Yeah. So we went to
epidural. The epidural was it was good, to be honest with you.
Yeah, the epidural actually.
It was smooth, right?
Yeah, and
when I got epidural, I felt like I was high.
Yeah, but it was kind of it's kind of dangerous when they put the epidural as well, because it needs to be in the back. And
then you have to sit up and they have to put in your back. Like,
they need to be precise.
Risk assessment and all of that.
Yeah, you need to sign
that just in case anything happens. If anything happens, it's on you. Yeah, so you know everything. I don't even think I'm ready. I think I have to sign it. I was at that point where I was like,
it was too much pain.
I don't even care no more. I remember giving it to you and saying, just read it, because I just want to sign. I'm done.
It was too much pain as well. So after that, actually, the epidural helped.
Yeah, like after that, we was now busting Joe.
Yeah, we managed to sleep a bit.
Yeah, no, we slept a lot.
Yeah,
we did sleep a lot. From like.
And the midwife that was there.
Bear in mind, guys, at the time of the hospital, they had actually closed the maternity ward because there wasn't enough staff.
Yeah.
So
it wasn't enough staff, and it was already full of
there's so many of women who gave birth on that day. So that brings me on to, I was there from the night before. There were women that came in after me that actually, so my midwife, she was so on it, because she was constantly in and out, like coming back to me and saying, like, I'm trying to get you, because the thing is, because my water had been broken for a while, you can end up with infection. So my midwife wanted me, the way it was looking, all the contractions I was getting, the drip was just entering my body, and there wasn't a lot. Imagine it was like 7-8 hours, and I was still only on like 3 centimeters.
3 centimeters.
Or even 2. It was in like 2 centimeters. I just wasn't going.
The thing is, until in the morning, like early morning, you were like 5 centimeters.
I know. I got to 5. That was it. Like nothing was. It was just very, very slow, and I didn't actually get doctors coming in. It was mostly just my midwife who was the one dealing with everything. And I wish I could go. We're gonna try and find her name again, because without her, I don't even feel like me and Ezra would have probably made it. Yeah. Because the way she prepped us,
and the way she was on it as well, she was constantly checking everything. Like, she was the one that said, no, let's not wait anymore.
Yeah, because I think she kind of knew at a certain point, like, I wasn't gonna have a natural birth. Like, I would have to have a C-section.
That's another thing, because this is one of the things that we didn't want to happen.
A C-section, yeah.
Like, we didn't want a C-section. But, as you know, it doesn't work like that.
It's not up to you.
And the thing is, the pregnancy was too good.
Yeah,
the whole thing was too good.
Like, in terms of physical health, I had a very good pregnancy. Yeah. Like, I managed to work until I was, how many months?
Until you were 8 months.
8 months. I didn't get any more. Imagine, guys, I never got no morning sicknesses. In terms of food, I didn't vomit.
Nothing.
In terms of food, I didn't think I had cravings, but then now I think I had craving of bread because I just ate bread. All I wanted to eat was bread. But in terms of like, you know, like getting sickly or something making me feel like, no, it's even nauseous. I think I was nauseous for like 2 weeks maximum. So in terms of my pregnancy, I will probably say I had the best pregnancy. That if I had to get pregnant again, I would have the same pregnancy. It was almost unrealistic.
It was too good. It was too good. That is what.
Even you talk about like hormones. Obviously, I understand women have hormones, but I feel like I'm more hormonal now with him.
Probably than before.
Like during my whole pregnancy, nothing bothered me. Like when it came to certain things, like things just didn't really bother me. I just.
But then again, I think it's because of the stress and because I think at one point we couldn't afford all these, so. We weren't focused on
mentally
just get the baby, make sure that the baby is alright. And
I think because I kept myself busy the whole pregnancy, I didn't really have time for anything else. But so the midwife, what was it?
What is it?
What's the next thing?
Yeah, like we got to the point that the midwife said we need to go.
So the midwife actually, without the doctor giving her no authority,
no permission,
nothing. She literally just came into the room and said, "Listen,
she said
you are gonna go in for a C-section. I'm gonna get you ready." She got him stuff.
Uniform.
Yeah, we're gonna put a little clip for you guys can see how cute he looked in his uniform.
So stand up for us then.
Alright. Nice start.
Look at our graduate doctor, Dr. DeAndros. Look at, where's your Crocs, doctor?
I left it. They don't have
It's not good enough, is it?
They're not having me help me, so I'm gonna have to wear
This is where your taxes are going, people, on these type of doctors. Right, walk a bit back. Walk back so we can see the full attire. Alright, perfect. The sun is shining on you. Turn around, give us a little 12. Perfect. It fits you. You're gonna let us see about the curl of the hair. Okay.
Yeah, so you got him ready, got me ready. By the time the doctor came in, the doctor was like, "Oh, you got them ready." Bruh, like it's been.
The doctor wanted to come and check before, like to make sure, like they want to check the centimeter if anything.
But the midwife had already checked it.
Yeah,
she done everything already, and she was like, "Yeah, we're only on 5 centimeters. Your wall's been broken from the day before. This is gonna give you an infection, and the baby infection is dangerous now." So by the time
they came with another paper to authorize because it's C-section is an operation, so you need to sign again.
Once I thought I'm ready. I think I just said
that moment.
Got to the point where I was like, just get this baby out. I don't want it in him, and it's dangerous.
Moment was scary.
I remember like calling my family, you calling your family and being like, the thing what we didn't want to do is get to a point of calling our families and being like, we're gonna have a C-section. Don't get me wrong, a baby or giving birth is life and death. I don't know what it is about C-section, especially for Africans. We just see it's because it's a whole operation. How many times does operations go wrong? So when we had to now call our family, like, okay guys, we're good. And I think nobody in our family slept that day. Like our parents didn't sleep that day. We didn't call them all through the night. But when it came to things as like epidural and the C-section, probably said we need to let them know. I remember my parents telling me, if you're gonna have a C-section, make sure diary is make sure diary is closed and don't do it without us knowing. Because obviously it's your kid. Even though it is like I am kind of his responsibility now, we still, I don't want my child to go in for an operation and they die. I didn't even know they went in for an operation. Do you know what I mean? Literally. So, but it wasn't easy. Like just the moment that we realized that we were smiling, but he was scared.
Listen, I was scared, but I filmed everything.
Yeah, but he was scared. Yeah, but as your partner, I know I can see in your face. Like, and the thing, because I want to be strong for him. you both gonna be strong for each other, but in your mind you're thinking, we came in together. What if we don't come back out together? Do you know what I'm saying? That's really the reality of it.
That moment is scary as hell.
And you think it's scary when you're in the normal room. Now, guys, I kid you not. When you actually walk into the operation room, the way the doctor, the nurses, the roommates, I said, I can see the light.
Different. You see them things in the movies, bed lights and all that.
And then all the doctor wearing white
and gloves, everything, glasses, or
the thing
gloves,
is,
whatever.
Where the C-section room is, the operation room is at the end of the hospital, so it's kind of you actually walking into the light. As dramatic as it sounds, it really is like that. When I walked in, I seen the room is white, looking all godly. God, is that you?
They asked me, "Are you sure you wanna go in?" I said, "Yeah, you man."
If you said no,
thumbs everything, let's go.
If you said no, we wouldn't be making YouTube right now, guys. But when we went here, once again, I was already in epidural. Now they had to put more epidural in me, so I had to kind of lie down, and they just have something here,
like a drip, like
the drip I already had in me. They had to now
to add more.
Guys,
it's literally kind of epidural, but they say it's kind of like epidural, but it's stronger.
Else, and it's I wasn't sleeping. You're awake the whole time.
Yeah. So, but it's stronger. You don't feel anything.
You feel like tugging, but you don't feel pain.
You don't feel pain. And literally, your body was shaking.
When they put the thing in me, you can feel the medication, whatever it is,
going in.
Just walking spilling around your body or whatever, making its way around your body, and literally it makes you cold. So imagine he's kind of turning around looking at me because there's something like a barrier there, so he doesn't get to see. Something in case he passes out. In case he passes out. And guys, I'm literally shaking. I'm asking the woman, is this normal for me to be shaking? But once again, I think I'm shaking because I'm gonna die. Because I've never felt like that before. And I think it's so weird because you can't feel the pain, but you can feel everything else you're doing. You can feel the way that they're pulling your skin,
the way they're moving,
you're pressing your belly. Because obviously they're pressing your belly to try and get the baby out and all of that.
In the nose is I said,
I look at you literally like this.
What are they doing? They fucking open my baby like that, bro.
You're literally holding into each other and saying, we really just pray for the best at this point, because it's out of your hand, it's out of your control.
You can't do anything.
There's nothing. It's literally your life is in their hands, and in the hands of the Lord Himself. That's basically the.
And I think this is one thing that a lot of people they don't say about pregnancy.
No,
because pregnancy is good, is a blessing, you know.
It's really life and death.
Dangerous as hell. It's scary as hell. The whole process is amazing, but until the baby's out.
But so you can feel the tugging, blah blah blah, and all I heard was a midwife saying,
"He's here."
Wait, I don't remember what she said.
Did she say he's here?
He's here. Your baby's here. But we see, for us, we didn't see it. We didn't hear a baby. We didn't see a baby.
It was so quick.
Literally
quick.
I was so out of it because I didn't actually realize what had happened until we had left the room and went to another room. All I know, she just lifted the baby, showed us and we just seen this baby with so much hair. And he just couldn't believe. He did cry, guys. He did cry. He cried. I didn't, but I think I didn't cry in that moment because there was too much thing going on for me at that time, so I didn't have time to process my emotions. But it was more of a crying of, it's done.
Listen, that moment, no one can tell you if you're not there living it. It's totally different. The joy that you feel inside of you,
you just kind of
that emotion and all that.
So we had to stop the video because everyone woke up. But so that moment, because he was asking me, the first thing we did actually promise each other was that once the baby's out, he has to go with the baby. We didn't want to leave the baby alone for a second, because you never know what they're gonna do. Not that we just worry to like make sure when the baby's here, you go straight to the baby. So after Ezra did actually come out, he was like, should I go to the baby? And I was like, you. And
the thing is, because I was worried, like she was still shaking, like I was worried. Okay, Ezra was here, but she wasn't done yet. The job wasn't done.
Yeah, they still have
to. And so I didn't just move straight away to Ezra. I needed to make sure that she's good, and then go check Ezra, obviously.
Yeah. So imagine like I'm on the bed here, and I can see them there, and obviously he's calling. Because the thing was like you have to have called like your mom and my parents, and just be like, okay, the baby is here. But it's like it sounds so dramatic, but it's like when I'm watching them, for me, I'm still thinking, am I gonna make it? Because they still have to stitch me up. There's still so much they need to do for me, and I'm watching them too. Like now Ezra's crying, and I'm watching him with Ezra, but I'm still thinking to myself, am I gonna make it? But it's kind of the thing of, as long as they're good as well, then it's literally a selfless love. It's kind of like, as long as they're good, then that's all that matters. Like I don't really, even if I die, like I don't want to die, but like even if I die, do you know what I mean? Like as long as they're kind of okay, then it's alright. Like listen, it's really life and death, and I feel like it doesn't get spoken enough about how dangerous like the whole process and the whole procedure, and how real it is. There's real emotions, there's
real feelings, there's like it's everything in something else.
Everyone has different experiences, but
this is our experience. This is the way everything went for us.
But
it was hard. It was tough, but guess what? We made
once
it.
again, like as you said, and look who we got in the end of it. It's just he's so yummy for me. So we kind of just wanted to give you guys a part 2, because we said we was gonna do it, and we don't want to break promises or not do what we said we're going to do. So we kind of just wanted to give you guys a part 2.
We'll probably miss a few things, but
that's a general
we
idea.
can't really say everything, because if we say everything, it's gonna be more than 30 minutes in video, and we kind of went through what is more important.
Oh, and we even was so during my pregnancy time, we did actually get engaged.
Oh
That was another thing that I kind of had to look forward to. We will see if we can include
some videos of
the engagement. And by the way, guys, just don't judge me, because on my engagement I look fat. I said it. I look fat. I look dumpling.
You don't look
fat. I look fat. And my face, if you see my face, I have a chubby face anyways, but my face, it looks like a dumpling. Like I look round.
That's a lie. That's a lie.
You're gonna see it. I look round, literally snowman. So don't judge me, alright? Don't judge me. But which we'll try and put some videos.
I think that is it, isn't it?
But thank you guys for watching us. Let us know what your experience was like.
Share it, comment,
because I know that so many moms have had different experiences. But
so many moms been through a lonely pregnancy as well.
If you went through labor by yourself,
it must be hard, because
so much respect for you,
because I was there and I find it hard. Imagine doing this by yourself. Trust me, you're strong.
You're very strong. So make sure you guys like, subscribe, and you comment, and we will see you guys
in the next
soon.
video.